Hello everyone, how you guys doing today? Hey, thank God today is Friday. Yeah, it's been a long week, but yeah, thank God it's Friday. And it so happens to be World Suicide Prevention Day, um, and it happens to be on a Friday. So yeah, um, this is an issue. I think I'm just trying to create awareness. In our society at the moment, this is one of the it's challenging basically. It's one of the biggest issues of mental health. Um, I mean, you can. I did a post today whereby I said, there's a lot of the suicide rate is not it's not a pleasant thing to read about. Um, at the moment, I think three men are three times more likely to die of suicide than women. It's four times in Ireland, you know, and there's a reason for that. I actually genuinely think there's a reason why men are three times more likely to commit suicide, and it's a big issue. And I feel like creating awareness, talking about it, having different conversations, using the platforms, whatever it is that you can do, to help create awareness, it's a big issue. And I know some people and a lot of people just say, oh, you know what, I'm okay, I'm fine. It's nothing close to my proximity. I'm okay. I don't have people around me. I don't have friends. I don't have family who's gone through all of that. But it's okay for you not to have that. Thank God, it's good. But at the same time, I think anybody around you, your friends, your family, anyone around you, we are all one event, one incident of having a mental breakdown. I mean, there's so many examples. I know people who've lost so many loved ones. I know people, especially men, who just, from no reason, things just happen really, really fast. Like there's that hardship of life, and just things just transpired very, very quickly, and people and just men just chose to just give up on life that quickly. It can happen very fast, and these are the things that we need to talk about. It's very common. It's very common amongst men, and been obviously sort of like an advocate of like mental health, men in general, trying to empower men to be better versions of themselves. I see a man to be inspiring. We should be able to inspire the next generation. We should be able to empower the next generation. We should be able to encourage one another. We should be able to be that sort of men out there that can sharpen each other up and just encourage people, and at the same time, have that togetherness to conquer all of this, and that's why I created a Man of Zeal, just trying to create that atmosphere, that environment, that platform whereby men can, like-minded men in general can just come around, have that conversation and just talk about this issue it's actually so much evident in our society now. The world we live in now is a lot more complicated than ever used to be during my parents' days or during back in the days. The world we live in is very, very complex. The social media does not help. I mean, social media can be your best and your worst enemy. We know social media. It's good. It's good. To have that platform whereby we can reach people. We also know social media can be used as an instrument for bad things, and it can send the wrong message. And I mean, it is what it is from that side of things, but that's the world we live in now. We live in a digital technology world at the moment. Things can happen real life, and you can see obviously the positive of it as well. We remember George Floyd, in terms of him dying and that being shown live, and that sparked some sort of and things up in that BLM movement. So it can be used for good things, but at the same time, we can be lost in that environment as well as men, as people. You know, we see things on social media, and we kind of compare ourselves. We kind of portray that, we don't want to be weak. We don't want to be, oh, just because my friend or I know this person is having a good life. He's portraying that sort of image on social media. He's strong. He can handle life. So therefore, I should portray that. And if I don't have the capacity to do that, I'm just living a life that someone else is living. And then we can easily compare ourselves. And the thing with men is that we don't like to communicate, we don't like to talk. And one of the stats I found online as well was that there's so many services around in terms of mental health services, helplines, apps, technology apps where we can actually go for help. And there's the statistics backed that 75% of men are less likely to use the service. A lot more women are more likely to use the service. To use helplines, to ask for help, to use whatever services is available, whatever help is available. And that just begs the question: why is it that men don't like using help, don't like using these help services, don't like using the services? It must be a reason. I think we just have it within ourselves, that we can do life on our own, and that's not just the case. And I don't think anyone was created to do life or built to do life on their own. And that kind of like backs that stat that we guys don't want to actually talk to anybody about our mental health, about our condition, in terms of what is it that we're dealing with, the depression. Obviously we just feel like we can do it all on our own, and that's not the case. And that's why we are trying to sort of create, in AMOZ platform, we're trying to create an environment whereby men can be safe within that environment to express themselves, to be able to rely on each other, and just be able to talk to each other, have that community. And I mentioned a few things that can be helpful for our mental health. We need a strong connection. When I mean strong social connection, I don't mean like, you need to a group of guys that, do go out for the wrong reasons or do things and just like, we're hanging around, so this is social connection, I'm connecting with but then when it comes down to real life issues, you're not able to share within yourself what it is that is happening in your life, what's going on in your world, what's going on in your environment. You're not able to share the sort of things that that can help you. You guys are not able to be genuine, basically. And that's not the connection I'm talking about. I'm talking about a strong connection of men, that friends that you can sit down with and talk about life. It's okay for you to be go out, party, and have that social life, and that YOLO kind of like, oh, you only live once. It's okay, but it's also okay for you to be able to confide with your friend, be able to talk about issues regardless of the situation. You have to have a small group of people that you can connect with. And I know in the UK it's so hard for men to come together to be able to express themselves. And that's why creating awareness for speaking out, in terms of if you're going through anything in your life, you should always be a phone call away from just calling a next friend in terms of like, how you doing. And most likely people who are going to watch this video is like, I'm good. But yes, that's fine, you're good. But is your friend good? Is someone good? Can you notice when your friend is going through hard times in any situation? Men, obviously married men who are going through difficult moments in their marriage, in the finances, in the career, and it could be anything, raising kids, juggling all of that together. It could be anything. What is it that you can do to help? Yeah, you can say, yes, fine, I'm okay, I can do it. I'm good. But then again, are you checking in on your friends? Can you be genuine with your friends? Can you build enough to ask them, how is it going with you? What is it? And that's sort of the environment we need to create, because if we don't create that sort of environment, when guys are not going to be able to open up to you, your friends are not going to be open, the people you call best friends or good friends are not going to be able to open up to you, because you're not creating that awareness, you're not creating that environment for them to actually speak to you about things like this. So yeah, I just said, I'm going to jump on a video today and talk about mental health. It's dear to my heart. I've got so many people. I know so many people who've suffered from this, and people who've lost lives as a result of just things like this spiraling out of control. And so just creating that awareness and just making sure that whoever is listening to this, if this can encourage you to be able to just create that sort of awareness, because we need to change the narrative. We can't be losing our brothers to suicide. It's bad. And I know some people say, oh yeah, we lose men to gun crimes and stuff like that, fighting. But trust me, the suicide rate in the UK or even in the world is bad. And there's so many ways it can be easily avoidable, basically. And we need to be able to hold each other accountable. We men need to be able to be bold enough. Forget about just our thinking. Just forget about your life. Just forget about you for a moment and think about others as well. And then if you're going through hard moments, if you're going through tough periods in your life, please try to reach out to somebody. If you feel like your mental health is at stake, your mental health is deteriorating, you have issues in your life, it can be work, it can be marriage, it can be raising kids, it can be anything. Just reach out to somebody. Just by speaking to somebody about it can go a long way, And yeah, and that's all I have to say today, actually. But yeah, talk too much today. But yeah, I'll be doing more of these videos during towards the end of the year. There's Movember coming up. Movember is dedicated into mental health, men's health in general, cancer, and prostate cancer, and all of that. So I'll be talking more about mental health and suicide prevention and all of that things in the coming months. And at the same time, there's a Movember challenge as well. We're doing about 50 push-ups a day for 30 days. And stay tuned on that. And I'll just be talking more, and then trying to create a Speak Out Man campaign that should be coming out soon. It's just a sort of a campaign whereby we talk about things that can help men, sort of create an environment whereby they can come together and talk about issues, real life issues, and doesn't have to be about football, doesn't have to be about, girls or whatever it is, but we can come together. We can come together and talk about real life issues, help each other out, and just be able to be there for one another, because the burden that you carry, you can't carry that alone. You need men around you, you need friends around you to help you, carry that burden. And once that happens, I think we'll start, and so many other things that will be talked about. Once those little things happen, there's like the strong connection, there's also just your mental, your well-being, fitness as well, There's so many other things that can help you, or help men create that sort of environment, or that sort of, help in the mental state and things like that. But yeah, it's a lot more conversation. So yeah, thanks for listening. And yeah, if you can just subscribe to my channels, my Instagram channel. I'm coming up with a YouTube channel as well, podcast as well. So watch this space, and yeah, have a great weekend. And obviously enjoy the weather is good today. Hopefully this weekend as well, the weather is going to be great. Try to have some fun, and yeah, be good. All right then, take care. Bye guys.